Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Yeah, rock your body. Yeah, because aDudemanbro's back tonight. Bow now. Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, aDudemanbro, and I hope you all having a fantastic day and weekend. You know, we made it. It's Saturday. You know, enjoying your weekend. It's chilly here in Michigan, but hope wherever you are, it's nice and warm. You're having a margarita by the pool or something. That's amazing. But let me know in the comments below what your plans are for the weekend. You know, love to see what you guys are up to, because, you know, I'm just over here grinding out some things, and got a lot that's going to be coming up in the pipeline here soon. So very excited. But I want to say thank you so much for joining along on this video, for watching this video. If you're new here, this is my 1K giveaway video, and I'm doing a Webull subscriber challenge where you guys, the community / subs, pick the stocks. The comment with the most likes is the stock that I'm going to be picking for that week, and I'm going to be putting in $100 per month into the Webull account, and whatever is left at the end of 1 year is going to be given away to 2 subscribers. It's going to go half and half. So hopefully there's at least $1,200 in there. So 2 lucky subs will get $600 each. That is the whole premise of this series, and I hope you've been enjoying it a lot. Our first pick was NNDM, and that actually did a really great. It had about 40% up. Made about $40 off of that. The second one, GEVO, was kind of a flop a little bit. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes it's a bad time for the market on that part. Still very bullish on GEVO, especially at under $1.10. I think it's still a very good pick. We just didn't hit it right. But we have next week's pick today. I went through the videos and I found, so without further ado, I'm going to put that on the screen right now. So if we pick that, it is Little Wolf 41. Thank you so much for your comment. It had 7 likes. Second place was LCA, which had actually 2 or 3 comments, but only 1 or 2 likes on each one. This one had a solid 7, and actually more than one person suggested it too. So it was just a solid pick. I've actually covered this one before, and it's at a super low price too. If we can just bring up Webull. So it's at a super low price to where it was at. It's actually at right now about where I called it out from. I think the stock is very good. It is a SPAC or an acquisition. I kind of covered it briefly on one of my videos. Brought it up on Instagram. It's kind of a sympathy play with IPOC, and that's open door acquisition, but they kind of almost go hand in hand sometimes, even though right now it's really weird. A lot of people dropped this one off as soon as they found out it was Clover Health was the merger. So I mean, there's a lot of, you know, up and down stuff going on with this one, but I still think that it's a very good stock to invest in right now. I'm going to go over my analysis of it because I haven't really covered it fully 100%, and I would like to do that in this video right now. And I think there's a lot of potential for this one to go 14 plus within the next few days. There was a huge amount of buys last week and Friday, actually. As soon as it hit about $11 to $10, a lot of buying going on. I was actually able to snag 12 shares of IPOC. That was with the loss of GEVO. We actually ended up going negative on that stock, so it brings our total to, I'm actually just going to put it right on the screen right now, what the total of the account is. I think that at $10.15 IPOC, we're already up almost 0.5% on it. I'm very happy about that. We made almost 50 cents actually so far. So that's pretty good, you know, for dropping GEVO and jumping right into it. But let's do a deep dive into this one. So first of all, I want to say Clover Health, and that is the health care provider that is actually this SPAC acquisition. They are trying to do something kind of new. There is one other health care provider, Humana, is a lot like this company. I won't say 100% though, because this company's a lot bigger and they have a lot more, their profile's bigger, the amount that they make, their patients and everything is a lot bigger. But according to what they do though, what Clover Health is trying to do is they're trying to make it cheaper for, well, first of all, they're in Medicare right now. That's what they're doing. They're trying to make it cheaper. They're a private health insurance provider, Clover Assistant, and it's trying to bring data, like electronic data healthcare company and a insurance company, and combine them, kind of what Humana is doing. And I think that this is big because, okay, so my personal opinion on this is, I'm going to get that out of the way here real quick. I think that the evaluation for the company seems a little odd. I don't necessarily think it is a evaluation. I think that's the numbers don't add up, and please do your own due diligence on this. Don't just take my word for it. This is just my analysis of it and whether or not I would buy it. I think short term, I think IPOC is very good short term. I think that you can definitely make a good amount of money off of it. Long term, I don't know if I would hold it long term. There's just too many variables that are weird, especially with SPACs and acquisitions. They lose a lot of their money, within the first year or so, or a few years. They go down a lot, and that's very risky for traders. So I feel like for a swing trade or a day trade, this one would be very, very to do. So that's my analysis. That's my personal opinion of it and everything too. This is their website, Clover Health. One thing I do want to say too is I think that this is the future of healthcare. So I think that the healthcare system right now is very broken. If you look at a lot of things going on, a lot of people can't even afford healthcare. And these data companies and insurance companies, I think that they're going to be starting to go toward a system like this, or like Humana. But I think that if we get into a system kind of like this where it does checks, and that's kind of where they're trying to do with this, is if your blood work comes back a certain way and it might possibly be indicator of another illness or something like that, it will recommend possibly taking this drug or possibly doing another test that might confirm that other diagnosis. So I think that that's very good because, like I said, doctors can make mistakes. They're human. But also on the same part, machines can make mistakes too. But I think that what they're trying to do with this to make it cheaper and pay doctors more, I think is very awesome. One thing I do want to say though too is Chapman, the guy who is famous for bringing SPACs and acquisitions. You probably heard his name before. He's a very famous guy that's brought he's doing the Open Door or IPOB SPAC 2. He's getting a percentage of this. So that's what I wanted to kind of tell you guys. It's not always positive when somebody like this is bringing out a company like this, because he's actually getting about 4.7% of the company, which if it's evaluated at what's evaluated right now, that would roughly be about $200 million he would get from this acquisition. And granted though, he did put $100 million in, but that kind of still, he's going to get $100 million no matter what. He's going to get all of his money back basically, and he still gets part of the company. So what they're trying to do though is an unrivaled value of a proposition of a company. And like I said, Humana is another company that does this, but I think that this one's a different one compared to the SPACs that are going on right now with the EV companies. Some of them are outrageous. There was Nikola who had all the drama that was going on. That I didn't touch that one because I honestly thought that one was very sketchy, that they were taking pre-orders, but they never made any type of actual car or vehicle. It was very sketchy to me. That's why I stayed out of it. And I'm glad I did, because, it's a crap show right now. But I think that this is different because they honestly don't really have a competitor other than Humana, and Humana is outrageous right now. It's like $443 a share. So I think that's really, really good. But there are also things that I am hesitant about. Like I said, their numbers don't really add up 100%. So that's where I would caution investors long term for that. Another thing I want to say though, let's bring up a couple of these things. So the first thing I want to say is this is their presentation. It's kind of sad. In a way, that's a real big reason of why that's kind of, it's crazy that this company is. It's really odd how they have a couple one word or one sentence part of their presentation. But one big thing I do want to say is their net promoter score is 64% for their Clover Assistant. And their other companies is a lot lower than that. They're actually negative most of the time. And if you think about this is a comparison to cable, Netflix, and Amazon, they're roughly about the same point. 64% is very good for a score like that, and that's how often that someone that uses Clover Assistant would recommend it to somebody else. 64%, and that's very big. If we go to Humana's, it's at 32%. So it's very low compared to what Clover's is. But like I said, this is their presentation, so they could be saying that. So I just want to point that out, that it's almost double what Humana's is. But if we can get into a couple more things here. So I do want to say, I do recommend you checking out their presentation. It's a good 50 pages long, so be ready for, deep dive in a huge presentation. So first thing I wanted to bring up is the lower costs. This is their presentation of what it would cost for Clover compared to their competitors, compared to Medicare. And on average, if you use Clover, it's 17% over their competitors and 41% over Medicare. I think that's pretty huge. If these numbers are correct, then it's going to save the consumer a lot of money just based off of their healthcare and pay doctors more is what they want to do. So that's pretty big. Also, I want to say this is 4.7% the IPOC sponsors. That is Chapman. So that's how much he would get if this goes through. I want to go over their leadership team. A lot of them are from healthcare, and that's, it's a healthcare company. That makes sense. But also, we have somebody that is from Humana. So I'm glad to see that, they know the knowledge of the business, so they'll be able to help out a lot. I think that this team is very solid. So I think that that's really, really good. And a couple people from United Health Group and some other healthcare people, even Google and Microsoft. So that's really big because I do think that this type of technology is the future. We're going toward digital everything, automation everything, and it's only a matter of time before all of our information for our healthcare is just a click away, and it's not going to be really a doctor saying, it's going to be double checked by a machine, I think. So this is the market leading growth of it. The margins, they had a 34% growth for members. Premiums, are up to that, they're making more, and actually their margins for EBITDA is actually up too, or that they're showing really good growth. If we want to check out the chart now too, we're definitely in a downtrend for this for sure. Is this the floor? That's probably what everyone's trying to ask. You never know what the floor is, and you can never really estimate what the floor is. I think that there's a lot of upside compared to downside, especially since it IPO'd at $10. I think there's a lot of upside and not very much downside on this company. We'll see this week and the following weeks going forward, but I would say that I'm very bullish on this stock short term. I think since IPOB is going outrageous, crazy, the sympathy for that is going to be IPOC. And it might actually start pushing up even more and more and more. And that's why I see the short term, this one going huge. So anyway, that's the video. I hope you really enjoyed it. I'm sorry that this one's a little bit longer than the last one. I just kind of wanted to go over the company. I'm going to be doing this for anyone that's picked, any stock that's picked that I didn't cover already, so that's why this one's a little bit longer than the last one. But anyway, that leads me to this is the third episode, so please leave in the comments below and like any other comment that has the stock that you like too, what you would like to see next week for me to pick. Please just like any comment that's the same as yours too, because that would really help to be picked. I'm sorry if I didn't pick your stock. I would love to pick everyone's stock, but unfortunately in a perfect world that'd be awesome, but I can't right now. So I want to say thank you so much for all of the new subscribers and the likes and the comments. You guys have been amazing. I forgot to say though, but if you like this content, if you found any of this helpful or funny at all even, please, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You can always unsubscribe later. I do promise you that. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to have another video out tomorrow with my picks for next week. So please keep tuned for that. If you want to follow me on any social media, I have my Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon in the description below. I also have my referral links for Robinhood and Webull if you would like to check out any of those platforms. If you sign up using my link, you'll get a free stock, and so will I, and all that money goes directly back into the videos that I make in the channel. I literally put it right back in for new equipment, new ideas that I'm working on, and different things. So I want to say thank you so much because you guys are amazing. I literally couldn't do this without you guys. So anyway, you guys stay classy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, yo.